5 surprising reasons why some women hate sex and how to fix it. Sex is often painted as a universal pleasure, something everyone should enjoy without question. But what if that's not always the case? What if, for some women, sex is uncomfortable, frustrating, or even painful? The truth is, there are surprising, often hidden reasons why some women struggle with intimacy, and it has nothing to do with a lack of love or attraction. Many women are silently dealing with challenges that turn something meant to be pleasurable into something they dread. In this video, we're diving deep into the 5 most surprising reasons why some women hate sex, and more importantly, how to address them. Whether you're a woman who has experienced these struggles or a partner who wants to understand and support her better, this is a conversation that can change the way you view intimacy. Stay with me, because what you'll learn today might just surprise you. Number 1, clitoral hypersensitivity. For some women, what should be the epicenter of pleasure, the clitoris, can actually be a source of discomfort, frustration, or even pain due to clitoral hypersensitivity. While society often portrays the clitoris as the ultimate pleasure button, the reality is that for women with heightened sensitivity, even the lightest touch can feel overwhelming, irritating, or outright painful. Imagine someone tickling you in the same spot over and over. It stops being enjoyable and starts feeling unbearable. This can make traditional sexual activities, from oral sex to penetration, more stressful than pleasurable. The frustration deepens when partners assume that more stimulation equals more pleasure, leading to unintentional discomfort and avoidance of intimacy altogether. Sadly, many women don't realize that this is a real condition, often blaming themselves or feeling broken when sex doesn't feel as good as it should. The key to overcoming this isn't just enduring the discomfort. It's about exploring different kinds of touch, adjusting techniques, and openly communicating needs with a partner. Sometimes, indirect stimulation, gentler motions, or focusing on other erogenous zones can transform an unpleasant experience into one that's deeply pleasurable. Understanding that pleasure is personal and that not all bodies respond the same way is the first step toward a more fulfilling sex life. 2. Genital variations. When it comes to sexual pleasure, one size fits all is a complete myth, especially when it comes to genital anatomy. Genital variations play a huge role in how a woman experiences sex, and yet it's one of the least talked about factors. Some women naturally have a larger clitoris, making direct stimulation overly intense or even painful, while others have a smaller clitoris, which may require more effort, precision, or specific techniques to reach orgasm. Then there's variation in vaginal depth and shape. What feels amazing for one woman might be awkward or even uncomfortable for another. And let's not forget about nerve endings. Some women are naturally more sensitive, while others need more time and the right kind of stimulation to build arousal. The problem? A lot of sexual experiences and expectations are built around porn, myths, and assumptions, rather than actual communication and exploration. If a woman isn't enjoying sex, it could be that her anatomy requires a different approach, one that prioritizes her pleasure, not just a generic script of what's supposed to feel good. This is why communication, patience, and a little sexual curiosity go a long way. Instead of assuming what works, ask, explore, and adapt, because when it comes to sexual pleasure, one size fits all simply doesn't apply. 3. Medical reasons. Sex should be a source of pleasure, intimacy, and connection, but for some women, it's anything but enjoyable. Sometimes, it's downright painful. And no, this isn't just about not being in the mood or not feeling connected. There are very real, often overlooked medical reasons that can make sex feel like a nightmare instead of a pleasure. Take vaginismus, for example, an involuntary tightening of the vaginal muscles that can make penetration feel impossible, no matter how much she wants it. Then there's vulvodynia, a chronic pain condition that makes even the lightest touch unbearable, making sex feel like torture instead of intimacy. Endometriosis is another hidden culprit. When the tissue that should be inside the uterus grows elsewhere, it creates inflammation, scarring, and deep pelvic pain during sex. And let's not forget pelvic inflammatory disease, PID, an infection that damages reproductive organs, making every sexual encounter feel like a battle against discomfort. The frustrating part? Many women suffer in silence, dismissed by doctors, or told it's all in their heads. But the truth is, these conditions are very real, and they affect not just physical pleasure but also self-esteem, relationships, and emotional intimacy. The takeaway? If a woman avoids sex, it's not always about a lack of desire. It could be her body fighting against her. Understanding this and creating a space where she feels safe, supported, and encouraged to seek medical help can make all the difference. After all, sex should be a shared pleasure, not a painful obligation. 4. Vaginal dryness. For many women, vaginal dryness turns what should be a pleasurable, intimate experience into one filled with discomfort, irritation, or even pain. Whether due to hormonal changes, stress, certain medications, menopause, or even inadequate foreplay, insufficient lubrication can make penetration feel rough and abrasive rather than smooth and enjoyable. Unfortunately, there's still a lot of stigma and misunderstanding around this issue. Many women feel embarrassed, assuming it means something is wrong with them, while some partners mistake it for a lack of attraction or interest. In reality, lubrication has nothing to do with desire alone. It's a biological response that can be influenced by countless factors. The good news? Solutions exist. From using high-quality lubricants to ensuring adequate arousal time, small adjustments can make a world of difference. Open conversations about pleasure, needs, and comfort can also transform an awkward or painful situation into an opportunity for deeper intimacy and exploration. The truth is, sex should never be painful or feel forced. It should be something both partners enjoy, free of shame and full of discovery. 5. Trauma or abuse. For many women, sex isn't just physical. It's deeply emotional, psychological, and tied to past experiences. Sexual trauma or abuse can leave lasting scars that make intimacy feel more like a trigger than a pleasure. Even in a safe, loving relationship, the body and mind may react with anxiety, fear, or even numbness, making it difficult to enjoy or even engage in sex without distress. Survivors often struggle with involuntary flashbacks, trust issues, or a subconscious association between intimacy and pain, leading to avoidance or emotional detachment during sex. Unfortunately, many partners fail to understand this, mistaking withdrawal for disinterest rather than recognizing it as an unhealed wound. Healing from sexual trauma is a journey that requires patience, therapy, self-compassion, and most importantly, a supportive and understanding partner. True intimacy isn't just about sex, it's about feeling safe, seen, and respected. When women are given the space to heal, communicate their boundaries, and rediscover pleasure at their own pace, sex can shift from something feared to something deeply fulfilling and empowering. Final thoughts. Sex should never be something a woman endures. It should be something she enjoys, without shame, pressure, or discomfort. If you or someone you love has struggled with painful, frustrating, or emotionally distressing intimacy, know this. You're not alone, you're not broken, and there are solutions. Whether it's learning more about your body, seeking medical help, exploring different forms of pleasure, or healing from past wounds, the key is open communication, patience, and understanding. Intimacy isn't just about sex, it's about connection, safety, and mutual pleasure. If this video resonated with you, leave a comment below and share your thoughts. Let's break the silence, challenge the misconceptions, and create a space where every woman's pleasure, comfort, and consent matter. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep, real, and unfiltered conversations about intimacy and relationships. Until next time, take care of yourself and your pleasure.